Hi guys, welcome to Coturnix Corner. My name's Terry, and in this video I wanted to briefly go over how to fix some issues that you may have with your watering systems, specifically the watering cups, the standard poultry watering cups. I have had some issues where if I don't stay on top of flushing and cleaning these cups out, that one of the valves will stick open, the cup will fill up and then overflow into the manure trays. So there's two different styles of watering cups or watering devices that I use. One is your standard poultry watering nipple, and I only use these on my outside cages due to the fact that these have a tendency to leak a little bit. It's not a lot, but they do tend to drip every now and then, so I only use these types outdoors. Inside, I use the standard poultry watering cups. It's got the little plunger type deal that the bird either moves aside with his head or pecks at, and it allows a little bit of water to drip out into the cup. So what we're going to do is we're going to tear the system apart. I'm going to show you how I tear these cups apart, clean them up, make sure that the seals are good, and reassemble them and reinstall them in the cages. So the first thing you want to do is go ahead and drain your water on your watering system, and once that's all drained out, then you can take your cups out by unscrewing the cups out of the T-fittings. Okay, so once you've got all your cups out of your cages to clean them, basically all you need to do is separate the cup from this water valve assembly. And to do that, there's a notch right here on the cup. You just grab this handle and turn it counterclockwise, and it will lift right out of there, and that'll allow you to clean all this up, clean the cup out real well. What I like to use is a toothbrush. It works really well for getting up in them tight spots and cleaning out any debris that may have got jammed up in there. Now, to take this assembly apart, what you need to do, there is a little piece here on the end. A lot of people think that that screws into this housing, but it does not. It just presses in there, and that little rubber seal here, or that little plastic seal, is what holds it into that housing. So what you want to do is you want to take that apart, and if you look here on the end of the plunger, you can see there's another plastic seal, and that's the seal that stops the water from flowing out. There's a spring up under here, and pushing that down opens up that valve and allows water to come in. Now what happens is when the birds are drinking, they will put their head in the cup, and they will either push this valve aside, allowing water to run out, or they'll actually peck it and a little bit of water will come out. A lot of people believe that these cups, I won't say a lot of people, but some people believe that these cups are supposed to stay full of water, and this is a shutoff valve that once the water fills up, it lifts that valve up and shuts the water off. It doesn't work that way on these. These cups are meant to stay empty all the time, and when a bird pecks against the little plunger here or moves it aside with its head or beak, it allows just a little trickle of water to come in. They get their drink, and then they're done. Like I say, these cups are meant to stay empty unless the birds are drinking. Okay, so once you've got all your parts tore apart, what you want to do is check these seals right here. This little plastic seal has a tendency of getting debris underneath it, which is another good reason why you need to flush your water system out, pretty regular. I haven't had very many issues with these seals actually going bad. They seem to last pretty well. These watering cups are over 2 years old, and they still seem to be working fine. I just had one or two of them that were leaking water into the cups. It was actually filling the cups, and they were overflowing into the manure trays underneath it. So what you want to do is just take a toothbrush or whatever and clean that up real well. Push this black thing down so you can clean the bottom side of that plastic O-ring. Get that cleaned up real well, and just also check your threads on your housing. Make sure you don't have anything that's cross-threaded. If you see any threads that are tore up, you might want to just discard that housing and use another one. if you can get the old Teflon tape off of these, you can. It doesn't really matter. You can just wrap new Teflon tape on it. But that's another thing, is to make sure that prior to installing these into your T-fittings, that you wrap these threads with Teflon tape and then screw them in. That will stop any leaks from right here. And then once the cups are pre-assembled, and to put these back together, you just take this, push it back into the housing, and then you take your cup, slide it up over the plunger, line up the little pins, and lock it in place by turning it clockwise. And these are ready to be rinsed and reinstalled in the cages. So that's basically it for cleaning it up. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to go out. I've already flushed the water system on the cages. So all I'm going to do now is go out, reinstall these on the cages, and they should be good to go. Okay, and the last thing you want to do before you install them back into the cages is wrap the threads with Teflon tape, and that'll just prevent them from leaking. Okay, so I hope that gave you a little bit of an idea on how to resolve some leaking issues that you may be having with your watering cups. Like I say, the biggest thing is to keep your system flushed on a regular basis, and maybe every 3 months or so, 4 times a year, pull the cups out, tear them down, clean them up real good, reassemble them, and put them back in. The cups that I'm using are well over 2 years old, and they all seem to be working just fine. So guys, I hope this helped out a little bit. I hope you found the video useful. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, please do so. It helps me out, and you'll get notified of any new and upcoming videos if you hit that notification bell. So guys, thanks for joining me today. I really appreciate it, and we'll see you on the next one.